co-founder and chief business officer and project agent. To get us started, please welcome Billy and Roger.
Thanks, everybody. Is this thing on? All right, is this thing on now? Now it's on. There it is. Thanks, everybody, for being here, and we're so excited. Not only are we first-timers to Connex FM, like many of you, I'm also a recovering facility manager. Up until about 2 years ago, I'd spent 17 years grinding it out in facilities management. I started as a carpenter in higher education. I worked my way from the ground to the C-suite. Look for that book later this year. Just mini little plug. Roger has been, where'd he go? He's around here somewhere. There he is in the back. Roger's been a top C-suite executive for corporations like Disney and three-lettered agencies. We really appreciate you all being here this morning. Thanks so much for kicking off ConnectX with us. Connex FM. I always get it wrong. I got fussed at for that too. All right, so why are we here today, right? We're here to talk about AI. Who is using AI right now in their daily workflows? Anybody? Cool, what are you doing? Emails? Marketing? Making pictures for your kids? All right, cleaning up your headshot? Making songs? Right, and that's a great way to do it to get started. You've got an event coming and you're so busy that you don't have time to curate a playlist for the event, right? The walk-in music, the speaker change music, all that. AI can help you with that. That's one way that it can really elevate your game in workplace and facilities management. That song that you heard was created in about 30 seconds on a free app called Suno. Doesn't cost you a dime. About 2 years ago, I had an idea. That idea was born out of the phrase of what if? The most powerful question that we can ever ask. What if is the question that brings things to life. Henry Ford didn't say, what if we had faster horses? He said, what if we didn't need them? And the Wright brothers didn't say, what if I put wings on my bike? They looked at the sky and said, what if I could fly? Now, mine might not have been quite as profound, but my what if question was, what if we didn't have to document things the old-fashioned way? Walking around with a legal pad and a pen, writing down everything we see in our facilities that needs to be addressed. Anybody do that today? You walk in, either you're using your phone and you're taking a note, or you're using a legal pad or some other manual process, right? You're writing it down. Then what happens? You go back to your desk and you type it into a work order system. You manually assign that task to a technician. They manually go out, review it, and say, well, my boss didn't know what he was talking about. That's not right. They do it, they come back and they sit down and they say this phrase: it takes me longer to document the work than it does to do it. Who's heard that? I said it when I was a technician, right? It's very common. This is the problem we set out to solve. Because I was managing a higher education portfolio with over 9,000 beds, over 5 campuses, with a staff for one of those campuses. So severely understaffed, I'm sure we all feel that, right? We're going to dig into what that means and how we can deploy AI to help us with that in a bit. But first, I want to get kind of a baseline of who's in the room, because I know we've got a lot of different folks here from a lot of different industries. So just quick poll, show of hands, higher education sector. Couple. Retail. Lot from retail. Corporate real estate. Just a couple from corporate real estate. And then maybe integrated facilities management, your big teams, big three, Cushwake, CBRE, et cetera. Okay, a couple of y'all too. Heavy retail focus. Great, awesome, love it. Retail can be a lot of fun, and AI can help you in a lot of spaces in retail. Facilities management is one of those industries that spans so many things, right? And our goal is to do what? Create a safe, inviting atmosphere for people to enjoy and thrive where they live, work, and play. That's our goal. That's our job. That's what we get up to do every day. right? This is how I see things and how we see things at Project Adria. So what we're going to do today is we're going to take you on a little journey. I think this thing went to sleep. Wake up.
We did practice this.
We did practice this and test it, I promise you, we did. It's not mine, it belongs to the facility. There we go. So here's what we're going to do today. We're going to spend just a real short amount of time talking about where we're going, what AI is. I've given you an introduction. I've given you the vision. I've given you the gap, right? That gap is our labor shortage. That gap is our funding shortage. In the education sector, for instance, there's an $85 billion, that with a big capital B, funding gap for our maintenance and operations, just in the education sector. Imagine scale that across all the other sectors in this room today at various levels. Talking trillions of dollars in backlogs, deferred maintenance, and operations funding. It's just not there. We continue to cut our staff, drive the budget down, and that only exacerbates the problem because you have less time than you had a year ago. You're busier today because your C-suite wants answers. The C-suite needs budget projections. They need that capital asset outlay. But you're so busy fighting fires and fixing air handlers that you don't have time to get to it. Well, now you do. And we're going to show you that today. So around the rows, there are some QR codes, big QR codes on a sheet of paper. This is the hands-on part, right? That's why you came. You want to use AI. We are giving you, everybody in this room and everybody that's here today, a 7-day free trial to Project Adria. No strings attached, no payment required, nothing. No credit card information at all. Scan the QR code, sign up. It's, right. My bad, y'all. That one. Can I see that one real quick? This QR code sheet right here. The other one will take you to our ROI calculator, but it's this big one right here. I can kind of pass this around.
Every 2 seats when we started.
This one.
Started with 50 seats. We have a lot more than 50. So if you don't have one in your row, let me know, and I'm going to start grabbing some of these. We didn't know this was going to be a team building exercise, but it's turned into that anyway, right?
Yep. Cool. Just pass those around if y'all need one. Oh, there's Roger right there. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
So while y'all are going through that, I kind of want to just continue talking about our journey through this problem. So I mentioned that I was in higher education. I was managing 9,000, bed portfolio. It was summer. It was just about this time of year when I started that journey. I started with that company 2 weeks before move out. It was literally just about this day 2.5 years ago. Well, 2 years ago. They handed me a spreadsheet. They handed me a legal pad. And they said, there's your team of 4 people. Here's the 1,300 beds that you have to inspect. It's got to be done in 10 days. Good luck. Good luck. That was the encouragement and support I got. Good luck. Now, I knew the guy that I was working for. I'd worked for him before, and he's a great guy. And he had hired me specifically to solve this problem. We tried a lot of things. That year was terrible. It was one of the most stressful years I'd ever had as an FM. See, the reason it had to be done in 10 days was that the registrar's office needed that damage report so that they could bill the students before the accounts closed. Because it took another month for account close to happen in higher education. Very slow industry. So 10-day contractual deliverable on 1,300 bed damage deficiencies. It didn't happen. We didn't make the deadline. We did not meet our KPI deliverable for that event, and therefore my bonus was impacted. And I looked at my team and I said, never again. Who likes having their bonus impacted in a negative way? None of us, right? Who wants to make more money and get a raise in their job? Wow, only a couple of you guys? Really? Only a couple of y'all want to raise? Like, yeah, absolutely. We all want to raise, right? So what did I do? I asked that what if question. And I called a friend of mine and I said, hey, James. And James is a big AI dude. He knows, he's been playing with AI since before ChatGPT was out, right? So James, can we use AI to do this? Can we maybe take a picture, a video, and have AI tell us what's broken, damaged, et cetera in the room? And he said, yeah, I think we can. 24 hours later, we had an MVP. We took it, we chopped it, we built Project Adra from that idea. And now we're doing asset data capture, we're doing thermal image analysis for NFPA compliance, and so much more. All right, I think everybody's signed in. Everybody's got signed in that's going to. So the way this is going to work is the hands-on part is we're going to split up into a couple of groups. This is going to be a little harder than we thought. We were only expecting about 40 to 50. But basically, we've gotten permission to go through the back of the house hallway. So that's kind of cool. Sneak peek tour. So we're going to take and just kind of run a loop through here. What we're going to do is we're going to record with your phones. And the way it works is pretty simple. You're going to capture the image with your device. Once we're done capturing whatever videos, photos, etc., we're going to upload those to the platform. While that's happening and we're back here, we're going to talk a little bit about this slide a little bit more. And then we're going to review some of those reports that come in. The beauty of this is it's only going to take us about probably a 3 to 5 minute video. Within another 3 to 5 minutes, our system writes that report for you. AI does all the work in the background. Meanwhile, that frees you to do what? Anything else you need to do, right? This is where AI can be super powerful.
Let me just jump up on that. As you guys are going around, a few rules of the road per se, right? Hopefully you're all caffeinated because we're going to make you walk. But you want to stay about 4 to 6 feet away from everything that you're recording, right? So it's just simple. You're going to press the button, hit record on your phone like you'd be videoing your kids or your birthday event or whatever it is and putting it on IG, right? Same process. So we're going to walk the perimeter. You're going to get all the walls, all these little things. There's a fire cabinet we've got open here for you. We want you to be able to record that. And as you get close enough to it, just hover for a couple of seconds, just enough time for it to get its bearings, capture it, and that's all you need to do. When we go around the back, anything that you see with your eye that you want to record, you can record. You don't have to look for it with your eyes. You can just record and it'll pick it up for you. But if you do see something, you can see that, say it. Also, if you we're trying to keep experience in the loop with this, so if you hear, smell, etc., something that you wouldn't pick up on a video camera, you can say that while you're recording the video. It will pick that up as well. So if you want to test that feature and functionality, you can do that. It'll merge everything in the report. You don't have to get it all in one video. If you happen to stop it or you want to take an image, it consumes images as well. It'll do that for you too. So as you walk through, and you'll have us guys, Disney flags to have you guys walking around with us, right? But as you walk around, we'll be there for guidance. Just take a nice, slow walking pace as you're walking around, and we should be back. We did time this too in about 5 minutes.
It might take a minute, and it might go to your spam. Hey, I just a quick thing. Just had someone say they didn't get the code email. So if that happened to you, there's a high volume here that may slow the email delivery. The other piece is it may end up going to your spam folder based on your organization's spam filter settings. So if you didn't get the code, check your spam, give it just a second.
So show of hands, anybody in the audience that is having trouble completing your registration. Don't worry, I won't shame you.
Just
but
a couple.
I'll help you.
Yeah, I was going to walk us through making a test site within your organization. I kind of want to get everybody there first. Okay. So we're just going to, in the spirit of time, because we don't have a ton of time today, but we want to make sure that we get through this. In the hamburger menu on the right side on your device, you're going to want to open the organization tab right here. Right under dashboard, you're going to want to open the organization tab. And in that organization tab, choose your organization. and click View Details. And the Wi-Fi is pretty slow in here right now. And at the very top of that, it says Add New Site. So you're just going to tap Add New Site. You're going to give it a site name. You can say Gaylord Conference Room, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter as long as you know what it is. Address, you can make up an address. 123 Main Street is fine for today's purposes. You're going to have access to all this data as well over the next 7 days, and you can edit and change this information. The next piece is a site description. Just a quick description of, hey, what is this site? And then the inspection purpose. Why are we doing it? We're doing a condition assessment and an asset capture. That's kind of the purpose for today's inspection, if you want to put that in there. Everybody still with me? Cool. I'll slow down just a little bit. Site type, we have 4 main types: residential, commercial, agricultural, industrial. So most of us in here are going to be in the commercial space, maybe some residential as well. Feel free to choose whatever works for you. Now, why does it keep doing that? The thing about our system is we've built it in such a way to make all this kind of a default for you. So you don't have to do a lot of the prompt engineering that you would have to do with your own private models, right? We've built all this in the background for you to make it a lot easier so that the output is one consistent every single time, right? Consistency is key, especially in data. Key area of focus, again, we can say assets, conditions. If you really want to narrow in a niche of focus point here, you can put that in. Maybe it's custodial quality, right? And then the last piece, your organization should be selected. If it's not, just choose your organization and click Add Site. Once you have that site made, it should be there in your site menu on your organization page. Part 2 of this is creating the task. This is the actual inspection work that we're going to do. Basically the same process, site task, or I'm sorry, task name, a due date. It could be any date in the future. The task description. Here's where you get to add some context into our backend, right? Into what we're saying. So when we talk about context and prompting, and we're not going to get into the weeds, we just don't have time to do that today. This is a 1-sentence piece that you can throw on top of our system that helps guide it. So the more context you give AI, the better the output is on the back end, right? Now we have a lot of controls, guardrails, etc. built in. We're not going to, like I said, get into the weeds about that today. If you want to talk to that level, come see me after the talk. We'll dig as deep as you want. We can nerd out on some AI. Task description, and then you can assign it to a person or not. If you don't, it defaults to you. When you assign the task to a person, they get an email. They can then access that email and access the task directly. Were you guys ever able to get the email? Did it come through? This might be your organization settings. Sorry about that, guys. Once you have all this done, just click Create Task. Task is going to be created for you. When you're done creating a task, the next piece is going to be where we go and record the video. So when we're done creating the task, just let's go over there by where Roger is when you're done creating the task, and we'll get started just kind of with those folks. And then as people get done, we can come back here and we'll review those tasks as they're completed. Questions before we go? Remember, record, museum pace, capture pictures of assets.
Do not take you to this, but if you type in app.projectadrift,
There's 2 QR
I
codes.
know.
Yeah.
The one he brought around was right.
Yeah.
The one that's on the back of the packet is
It
not.
goes to your ROI calculator or to the main website. Yeah.
Well, it goes to one that just registers for Connex. It doesn't go to.
Oh, it goes to our CTA. Yeah.
Billy, my
Yes.
apologies. I arrived a little late. Do I hit?
Yeah. Go ahead and
Okay,
hit start
then
free
I-
trial, and then you can do that. Yep.
Thank
No
you,
problem.
sir.
Yep. Sorry about that.
Do this.
Yeah. Thanks,
And
William.
then, do you
it did probably not have at this point in the conversation. Outside the app, do you guys do like other photos? Do you guys have a service that you can use? So, i.e., if I had a machine taking 360 photos of my
Yeah,
store,
we'll talk about that a bit later. It's completely device agnostic, so we've got some examples of different devices, but you can
Okay.
use CCTV footage, thermal, drones, whatever. Yeah,
Okay.
it's completely device agnostic. So yeah.
I didn't get to add task. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So
I was having problems trying to get in.
let's just go back to tasks, create
Gotcha.
tasks. There we go.
Thank you.
Saved it. Hi.
Mine's not working, but I want to call you after I do have to dip out my
Okay.
HVAC system is melting down right now.
Oh no. Well, good luck.
Yes.
Let's connect after, and I'll show you the whole system. Awesome. Good to see you again.
All right, what do I do next? It took a while for the email.
Oh yeah, sorry. There's just he did not expect this big of a turnout, y'all.
Yeah.
So from you made your site,
Yep.
right? So the next thing is you're going to create a task
Oh, okay.
and then create task.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for email, so I'm just gonna.
Wow. Okay.
How do I get my task started?
You already took a video?
No, I haven't. Done
Okay,
anything.
so you're going to take a video from this point. So you can either tap upload media and it'll open a menu. You can take a photo or video. All right, so you can switch to video. And
So
then
am I going to be videoing the whole time, or do I just take
as much as you want.
snapshots?
You can take pictures, you can take a continuous video.
Take a video, stop a video,
Mhm.
start one,
Yep.
stop.
You can
and
do
just
multiple videos.
collect it.
Absolutely.
Try to get the task part here. There we go. Thank you, sir.
Yep, different screen sizes sometimes.
All right.
Anybody else?
I just have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
My partner's doing the demo. Divide and conquer. Where's the data stored? Server
So the data is all stored in the U.S. on the cloud, Google servers. Yep. And then as far as like security stuff goes, right, we're actively working on our own individual SOC 2 and ISO 27001. Meanwhile, we're operating under the shared responsibility model with Google. So we have to protect our stuff, they protect their stuff, right? And we have all that documentation.
And as far as like APIs to connect to other systems.
Yep, we'll get into that in a bit too. But yeah, we have APIs, we have multiple output formats. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so we're gonna start right here on this wall, and we're gonna walk our way down. 4 to 6 feet, just in slow motion.
Everybody good? Anybody have any other issues? Yes. What you guys got? Yeah, what you got?
Okay, yeah. I set up a task, I'm assuming. So
View details. And then you can either take the video ahead of time or you can take it in the app just by pressing upload media. That'll open a menu. You can take a video or photo right there. It's all native. It should be pretty simple to use.
No problem.
Create a task again?
Hamburger menu,
all right.
site management,
Yeah.
tasks, create task.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Hey, Jeff. Thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate it. I appreciate your attention and intensity. All good?
I got a picture, and then I went to upload a video, and I hit the wrong button.
I just hit upload media again.
It won't go anywhere.
That's strange.
Maybe I need to refresh.
Maybe.
Or it won't refresh that way.
You can also record. You mind if I see just a second?
Go right ahead.
That's strange because that should. Let's do something. We're going to duplicate that task.
The person said this was done in 2025.
Maybe I need to reboot my phone.
No, it's. I'm going to process that one and go back to the original.
That's what I want to find out now. Do you know the stakeholder that's sitting on benches?
It could just be there's so many people in here on it right now. It's bogging it down. It shouldn't. We didn't expect this many people.
AI is the thing nowadays.
I'm going to try one more thing. This is puzzling me. Are you having an issue too?
I'm just trying to start my.
Oh, so click view details right there. This is your tab. Oh, that's your site. I'm sorry. We'll go to site management, tasks. So that's
Create task.
create task. Yeah.
I broke it.
Good. I'm glad you broke it.
I mean, that's debugging, right?
Yeah,
Sometimes
no,
you
I'm
gotta
glad
do
you
that.
broke it. It doesn't seem like anybody else is having that issue.
Let's
So
reboot the phone. Let's make sure it's not something
try.
to do with the browser.
Let's try just refreshing the browser on the little refresh tab there.
Okay, that's a good start.
And we'll just close it and open it.
I'm gonna have remember how to get back.
I can get you back there. Yeah.
Then from here.
Yep, view details. Upload media. So you can either take a video ahead of time or you can take a video in the app. I recommend take a video ahead of time, but you can do it however you want. Yep. Picture or video. Yep. While they're kind of moseying around, oh, let me turn this back on. While the rest of the group is kind of going around, does anybody have questions that I can answer for you? Yes.
I'm looking at the subscription piece, so it's 10 reports, right? So we have obviously 1,200 stores. So we were just talking, we're having market renewal in Chicago coming up. So using the tool to be able for store managers to walk through.
Yep.
And so each store I would assume is one report.
It depends on how many times you press that process task button, right? Something like that. You're not going to be, it's working now? Okay, great. You're not going to be an off-the-shelf price that you see on the website. We're going to build a custom enterprise solution for you. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. 1,200 stores, that's different.
See what they'll pick up, because like right now we'll send vendors in, walk through the store, tell us what's wrong, or the store does it, they build a PowerPoint deck, and it's just pictures.
Yep.
And then we go send vendors in, fix whatever, to get away from VIP visits, whatever. So I'm curious to see what this picks up and what it creates as a result of the pictures.
Yeah.
So is it different than, these are two of the managers that work. Is it different than what they would do?
Yeah, I'd love to. It's going to pick up more here, and
well, I mean, we'll wait to see. But.
Yeah, I'll share this. So, great question here. What's it going to see, and how much is it going to pick up, right? So, what we've done is we've built this system to be objective. It's like a fresh set of eyes walking into your facility every single time. Yes, it learns over time, so it understands what damages are there, but it's like having a fresh set of eyes every time. So when you're thinking about in retail, secret shoppers and store audits and things like that, we can do brand compliance. That's something that can be done. Inventory, that's something that we have in our pipeline. So lots of different ways you can use it, but it's going to see more than just what the human sees, because what happens when we spend a lot of time in our facilities? We get blinders on. Question. So we're building that out right now to where you can add the original assessment ID in and refer back, and it will only generate a report if there's a change state.
So let's say we do an assessment this year, will it remember what we assessed last year and compare the differences, or that's a work in progress?
Right now, that's a work in progress. Yep. That is the goal. And you will always have access to your data as long as you're a customer in the system. Or if you leave, you take your data with you. Right?
Is it cloud-based?
It is all cloud-based, 100%. So yeah, it's going to give you that objective viewpoint, right? So when we're in our facilities for a long time, it puts blinders on us. We get used to seeing the same thing over and over. That stained ceiling tile just kind of blends in after a while, right? So this doesn't see things with blinders. It has a set of, this is defined what damages look like. This is what the condition rating is for those damages. This is an asset. Like, we've well defined this and put some guardrails around it. Question?
Yeah. So we have.
Good call. Thank you, Teresa.
So we deal with like HVAC, a lot of HVAC refrigeration work and stuff. And we're thinking about our technicians in the field. Now, if they were to like video like the issues with the units, but also the model and serial numbers, would they be able to determine like the life cycle, like where it's sitting at the life cycle according to the age of the
Yeah, great question. So question up here was, if our technicians in the field are,
If it has a data plate somewhere on it, yes. It has it.
I'm gonna turn him down just a second. So the question up here was, if our technicians in the field are capturing the condition of the asset and they also capture that data plate with the model, serial, brand, et cetera, your unique barcode, all of that, will it capture all that and provide life cycle timelines? Short answer, yes, because we know the data manufacturer, we know the date of the report completion, right? So we can then estimate the age, and that is in the report. So if the data manufacturer is available, either on the data plate or from the manufacturer's website, it's a little secret, we go out and look for it. If we can find it, we pull that data manufacturer in, then we'll estimate that age. So that helps with your capital planning, right? All right, how we doing, folks? Is anybody done? Has anybody gotten a report back already? Jacob, you got one back. It's still processing. Okay. Yeah, we're going to share some up on the screen so you guys can all see what they look like.
I doubt our IT would ever let it. Our cameras we have in stores would just be able to use those cameras.
Great question. Yeah, and I'm coming to that. So short answer, yes, and I'll explain how in just a minute. It's all about
save somebody from walking around.
Especially global, right? Where you run into like GDPR and things like that in other countries. Facial recognition is a thing. So while it doesn't recognize and report on people, they're in the video. And that is a challenge for GDPR. So if you don't have face blurring technology already.
I was thinking, like, even if we have one at the door, if we could see how many people walk through and then figure out after that automatic door opens so many times, when do we need to prevent it from breaking down?
Great question. Yeah, on the cycles of. So a lot of these doors now, I wrote the preventative maintenance manual for Georgia State University's automatic door program when I was there. I wrote the book, literally. They have counters that can be displayed from the head unit. So the control box, you can get a sensor that will display that, and then you can capture a picture of that sensor data and put it in, and yes. It's a little more involved, but short answer is yes. Cool. As folks wind back in, any other questions? I hear a lot of great conversation happening, a lot of excitement. Does anybody have one that's completed? You've gotten a report available email. You've got one? You're good? Good? Awesome. See how quick that was? Question.
Process media? Is that what we do?
Yep. Once you've uploaded it and you've got that green check mark, just click process media. It will go to the cloud. Now it's done. You can go on and do the next thing you have to do. And in 3 to 5 minutes, you're going to get that report in PDF, spreadsheet version. We also have an API. So.
Would this work for project management? Say I'm going to go on a construction site.
Great question. Great question, and an awesome use case that has actually been deployed on a couple of our clients already. Can I use this for project management in a construction site where I want to go in and document what the work and scope is going to be of that work before the renovation starts? The answer is yes, 100%. And it works through our natural language processor that you have built in, right? So as we get back in, I'll just talk a little bit about what's happening right now in the cloud. So right now in the cloud, when you're seeing it say processing media or processing task, right now it's running through a series of steps. We have what's known as a multimodal system. Who knows what multimodal means? Multimodal? Wade?
With the multiple processes within the AI where it bounces through agents.
Yes, multiple processes in the AI where it bounces through different task agents and does what it's supposed to do. Absolutely right. Congratulations, sir. I appreciate you being here and answering that question.
Okay, quick question. Did anybody notice?
If you need another one, let me know. Let me turn him up.
not us. That was facilities management in action. No, that was not it. But it was on the floor. It was not in those back areas. Huh? No, it was something on the floor. I don't think anybody caught it. So let's see if you caught it on your video, on your reports.
Yeah, we'll check out a few of the reports. So we had some great conversations, great questions. Let's run through how this works. It's device agnostic, meaning you can use a drone, a phone, a thermal, CCTV footage, an iPad. One of our clients walks around with his Microsoft Surface tablet. Don't ask me why. He's different. I love the man to death.
Technology challenge.
Yeah, clip a GoPro to your technician's hard hat, right? Like, or to your custodian's cart, to your robot vacuum cleaner. Smart glasses. These are Lucid Industries smart safety glasses. They're ANSI rated. Roger has on a pair of Meta glasses that we.
Yep, I was recording all of you. While I was recording, I was also collecting audio, and what that means is it demonstrates the fact that you can have any type of phone, iPhone or otherwise, anything that you see or say, it creates a video file that can be exported to your phone, right? Because it connects to your phone. If you do that, you can upload that as an asset to any one of these reports. So you don't even have to get your phone out. You can walk around, have this little white light on, make everybody feel really uncomfortable, and do your report all at one time. It's a win-win-win.
All right.
While listening to music.
So I'm going to search. Here's one that's done. I don't know who this is. I'm just going to, if you recognize this task, Gimbal walk copy. All right. So when we look at this, we've got 3 ways that we can push data. Number one, out through a PDF. It's a structured PDF. It's great for a narrative document. Maybe you have to push up the chain to the C-suite. Maybe you have a client presentation. You want to put some PDF data in that. Or maybe you just like PDFs and you want to print them out and keep them in a folder in your desk. I don't know. I used to do that a lot when I was in FM. The other way we can do this is through a spreadsheet. It's a multi-tab spreadsheet where you'll get your issues log, you'll get your asset data capture, details, and cost breakdown, all in separate tabs of that sheet, so you can reference them.
And that is an XLMS. So any of your CMMSs, any of that kind of stuff, it can consume that automatically if you set up a webhook for yourself. Or the third way, Billy.
The API. So we do have an API connection that can, again, automatically push all this data straight over to whatever system you need it in, whether that's finance, whether that's work orders, whether that's procurement, whatever system you need that data in. What does that mean? What does that do? That gives everybody the same data at the same time in the organization. Every piece of decision layer that you need involved gets that information at the same time. Talk about game changing.
And on top of that, it's open-headed, which means you don't have to have a specific CMMS or ticketing system or anything else that you want to use. We want to be the intelligence behind these things. We don't want to be these things, right? The idea here is device agnostic, system and software agnostic, so you can plug and play into anything that you want, conceivably, video, upload, pushes, you're done. It even identifies deficiencies that will load into your ticketing system that will then generate the ticket for you, right? So there's that process, and then to Billy's point on the data, everybody says data. And what does that mean? I'm a COO by trade, right? I've worked for Disney. I've worked for the NSA. I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm trusting you guys, right? So I know a little bit about data, right? So the most important part about that is to have consistency in your data, right? We all have different experience levels. We want to keep humans in the loop and experience in the loop. We also want to have a minimum standard. We have a situation right now where a lot of people are coming out of the industry and not as many people filling them back up, right? You're losing 10, 15, 20 years of experience. This sets that standard. You can make decisions off of consistent data, and it aggregates it for you. So things like, how much is a site costing you? Whether it's a building, whether it's a room, whether it's whatever, I can track that over time. What goes wrong at that site most often? Is an HVAC unit problematic? Okay, I'm going to be able to see that over time. So that way you can budget and you can do more frequency in that. For a COO, I want to see how much is something costing me. If I'm a director level person or a manager, right, I'm fighting for the budget that the COO is fighting for with everybody else because everybody sees them as a cost center, right? You guys are seen as a cost center. Well, if you could do more asset reporting, more facilities condition reports, you're not seeing it every 2 to 3 years, you're not seeing a failure. I, as a COO, can say, okay, I can budget more for salaries, I can budget more for other projects or other technology that you want, because I know it's not going to fail. I'm not going to be surprised midway through the year when a air handler goes bad and I got to find the money, right? So that data, being able to track that over time, the budget, what goes wrong, what gets fixed, how much work are we doing, being able to justify it makes it easier as a leader to be able to hold myself accountable, hold the organization accountable to give me more money, right? And hold you guys accountable so that I can then give you more money through my KPIs. So that's another aspect of this that gets drilled into this as well. But the idea is the data is clean, it's consistent, it's no longer subjective, it's objective with a little sprinkle of experience by keeping that experience. All right, Billy, I'm going to shut up. I'm talking too much.
All right. No, you're not. You're talking just enough because that bought me enough time to make this happen. So the internet in here is not very good right now. I can't imagine why. There's probably, 125 of us connected to a single access point. So, yeah, that's kind of happening right now. This is an excerpt of the PDF. Can everybody see that? I know it's text on a big screen, but is it big enough? No? Okay, let me zoom in something. Where's my zoom button? There it is. Oh no, what happened? Why did you unzoom?
You have to.
See, I'm a carpenter, guys. Remember that. Not a tech bro from Silicon Valley. What just happened?
Go full screen. And now go up to the top. There you go.
There we go. It's hidden bar.
250%. There you go.
So that might be a little bit better.
Yep.
To see. Let's kind of scroll down.
So this is an actual assessment that one of you guys did and what it pulled together from what you did. Now, I can't speak to which one of you did this, but it's going to start with general observations. So what does it say, Billy?
The property is in good operational condition with no significant deficiencies. The fire extinguisher is properly pressurized with an up-to-date service tag. The escalator, that's down the hall. This is from yesterday's, our walkthrough yesterday because the internet crapped out. So, and then there is a large format display screen up there as well. Let me see if I can pull this other one back up to see what you guys did.
So, Billy, that was the report that you did yesterday?
Yeah, this is the report I did yesterday in the main city hall lobby.
So, as
Here
you
we go.
guys will still continue to have access to your own reports. You can check your own out. If you notice on this fire extinguisher, it's very borderline. It will tell you that. It will also tell you when the last time that it was serviced. It'll look at the cabinet and tell you that there's dust on the bottom and marks all over the box. So it's going to tell you all of that in the reports that you did if you hovered over that fire extinguisher and cabinet while you were sitting there.
Yeah, I got to go up here.
Billy, was that enough time?
Yep, I'm just going to, there's one that's completed that I wanted to bring up. Come on.
Yeah. It will tell you in the report that it needs to be addressed, and it will also tell you in the report.
How are we doing on time? Cool, 10 minutes.
It starts with an overview that it found, and it says fixes and what the approximated cost is. So, for example, whether it's a fire extinguisher or an air handler, and I probably should be talking in the mic. I'm sorry.
That helps.
So there was a thermal image that we had from a customer that was, I think it was last week or the week before. He was basically plugged a thermal camera into the bottom of his cell phone. Get those for a couple $100. Did an inspection of a rooftop. One of the air handlers was on there. It noticed that there was a differential of about 80 degrees within the AC unit in one spot. It estimated, found it, said that they needed to check the brushes on the inside because there was a hot spot that was being created because it was being worn out without even opening it up. So you can't see anything from the outside. It ran the thermal image. It identified the hot spot. It said, hey, you need to go check the brushes. They opened it up, checked the brushes that had worn out, replaced it, and it's good. So that, again, is an example of preventing maintenance. So that's how good it is at identifying and telling you what you should fix. And it's also going to give you an estimate as to how much it should cost to fix and what resources you need. So if you have a structural problem, it's going to tell you you need structural.
All right.
Give you cost, etc.
Yeah. All right.
Are you good?
We're good. We got somebody's report up here. I don't know whose it is.
Technology.
But technologia. Yeah, I did that. So this is what we're talking about with the breakdown, right? So the breakdown is in an ASTM format. It's standardized so that it's the exact same every time, right? That way, has anybody ever done anything in like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini that you tried to repeat it and you just couldn't get the same result, right? Like, happens a lot. Well, that's because there's no structure behind that meta prompt, right? We built all that structure so that this is a repeatable, systematic thing, right? And this is just one of many, many ways that AI can be helpful for you. As we move from room to room, it identifies where we are based on the FF&E in the space. So it knows, hey, we're in a conference hall, we're in a hallway, we're in a bedroom, we're in a bathroom, we're in a retail space, a corporate office, whatever that is, it can identify that based on the FF&E. Again, going back to that meta prompt, to that training that we've built around it. 3 hallway segments, 4 hallway segments, 5 hallway segments. And right here, the final assessed hallway. So it knows which one was last and which one was first, and it orders them. Question? Yes, it will also do that. So if you're going through and maybe you know the room number, but there's no placard on the wall, you can say it out loud and it will make that room number. And then it will tell you what type of room it is based on the FF. 100%.
So for facilities condition assessments, for example, we have users in the educational sector that are doing a return of dorm rooms. It can identify from the video without you saying anything. So you walk up to a dorm room, room number 301. Get the data plate off of that by starting the video. You can see that. You walk through. It'll identify the common areas, the bathrooms, the bedrooms, the kitchen, all of that stuff independently, and it'll assign a different specific room number, right? Or identifier, unique identifier. So you can then tie that back to the individual who's leasing. So common area is good. It's smart enough to recognize kitchen, living room, this is a common area. If this is an individual room, bedroom 1, so Ben is in bedroom 1, he tore it up from Flora, right? It will assign that space to that bedroom so that they know that we need to get the deposit from that person. So it's smart enough to recognize that. Recognize conference halls, it can recognize anything. So we built all of that. We spent about a year and a half training this thing to be able to identify this, different types of assets, and things like that, because we needed to make sure before we rolled it out to you that you could rely on it. It's all in the training. A lot of people are trying to push AI right now. They didn't spend a year and a half training it to make sure that what it was outputting was accurate, because your jobs depend on it, right? So can you edit? Can you amend it? Yeah, you can. If it doesn't catch something, you can go back and edit it and amend it too. But the whole point is to get it right the first time. So this data that you can trust, and it can identify anything from, and what we're doing now, one of the things we've heard loud and clear from everybody is there's specific assets definitions for facilities, right? There's literally a definition for what an asset is. We train it based on how folks are asking us to say, hey, how many sprinkler heads do I have on my list? Right? That's not an asset. That's not my definition. Now we're training it to capture all that. So that's 2.0. All right, go ahead, Billy. We got probably 5 minutes.
At best.
All right,
At best. This is, as Roger was talking, just trying to scroll through the output so you can kind of see the kind of things that it caught, right? So not sure whose this was, not sure if you gave an audio input to this, but I imagine it's one of these sidewall panels over here that's kind of ajar and loose, right? Do we need a structural engineer? That's where your experience comes in, because there's a timestamp. You can look at that video and be like, no, my carpenter can handle that, right? And there you're going to have a carpenter to realign that crooked door, right? So in just a matter of 5 minutes, you were able to walk a 10,000 square foot conference room or hall, a back hallway space, identify some assets, get this data in 5-7 minutes. That's the power of AI. It unleashes the burden of being stuck at your desk. You can manage by walking around and actually taking care of the most important asset in your buildings, which is what? The human being, right? That's why we get up and go to work every day, to provide that safe place for people to live, work, and play. And as workplace and facilities professionals, we all have an kind of unwritten code, right? We live by safety. Safety before everything else. And that means we're keeping that human in the mind before we do anything. So this gives you time to go back, take care of the human. It gives your C-suite the information they need to make better decisions faster, and it helps you put the technicians back to turning wrenches and not to typing keyboards, right? Because when they don't like doing it, they're not good at it. And that's everybody. 5 minutes to go. I know we've had a ton of questions. Roger, did you have anything you wanted to close with real quick?
Yeah, I'm going to spend about a minute. So life safety, it does capture that as well. And also, there's new standards that just came out for electrical boxes that you're responsible for personally. If you're not aware of those, please make yourself aware of those. Thermal image readings are part of that. This will do that work for you. Most people don't even know it's coming down the pipeline. It's been coming for 2 years. Check that out. There's a whole host of other things that we haven't talked about just because we had so much fun. For those of you that are going to go look back at your reports, look for the fork on the floor. It will capture it and tell you it's an issue. There was a fork on the floor. I don't know who left it there, but it's there. So it'll also capture things like car batteries. We did a factory tour that there was a car battery in a chiller room that should not have been wired to the system. It will tell you that that is a problem. So check out the report. It's not going to capture this in a relatively easy space, but all the got some of the ceiling, things like that. We'll have more. We're going to be hanging out here, so I know there's more questions. Hang out with us. We'll talk.
Yep. Last piece from us. Last piece from us is this, the AI readiness quiz. Take a picture of this. You go visit these later. It's real quick industry standard questions on things like McKinsey studies, Anthropic studies, et cetera, that are going to help guide you. Are you ready? Is your organization ready for AI? Because here's the last factoid I'm going to give you, and this is where it's going to hit you hard. You lose 11% of your revenue from unplanned downtime. And that's because you don't have time to do the PMs. You have a backlog. AI can help free you from that. So if you do nothing else from today, just think about how you can use it and how it can free you from that burden of manual documentation. I'm Billy, that's Roger, we're Project Adria, and I'm gonna toss the mic back to our monitor to open it up for a couple minutes. What you got? Anybody have questions? You have a question? Ahmad has a question up front, and a couple of them. So we got a couple of questions around. Yeah, make sure you connect with us.
So if we do like a quarterly maintenance type thing, we have our technicians go out and go around. Are we able to compare those quarterly inspections from the previous quarter?
Yes, right now that's a manual process. We are building a automated process to allow you to put this task ID in to the original, and then it will compare.
So it could learn from the previous assessment.
Yeah, what it'll do, it'll reference that previous assessment, look at that issues log, And if there are change state items, it will only report on the change state. I think we had one back there. And Ahmed, you had a question, didn't you? Same question? Okay. She's coming. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Perfect. Thank you.
Hey, quick technical question. What can we expect? I'm just thinking out in the field. You know, we work with a lot of vendors or teams. Post upload. Do you have any benchmarking for a gigabyte of video? It takes X amount of time.
Great question. Yeah, typically what we're seeing is about 1.5 minutes of processing time for every minute of video. Here, that might be a little bit longer just because everybody was doing it all at once in this room on one kind of place. But yeah, about 1.5 minutes to every minute of video. Question. How many use cases? Great question. We have 27 current use cases. About 6 of those are actively deployed. The other 21 are in the roadmap in various stages of development. Everything from school bus inspections to HVAC inspections. Pavement, disaster response. So wide scale disaster, you throw a drone up, boom, done. Here and then there. Alfonso.
Thank you.
And then you'll be the last one, Jeff.
My question was, has to deal with the model, the definitions that are used in your model. Are they based off of what standards are they?
Great question. What standards are we based off of? ISO 55000 for assets, NFPA 70B, that is our thermal standard. ASTM is our report standard. And the APA, the Association of Physical Plant Administrators, is our conditions standard. And I can go into a little more detail with you if you're interested in all. Most of that's on our website too. I think we are out of time. Teresa, is there one more question? Jeff, okay.
So lastly is, it takes all this information, is it able to then create a work order automatically through Service Chat?
Yes, through the API connection, you can push the issues log or any or all of the data straight over to your CMMS. There's a little work the teams will have to do to name map things to make sure what you call an HVAC is what we call an HVAC. Other than that, it's a pretty seamless connection. So depending on what system you work in, we're already working with some that we have direct integrations with.
Yeah, I just saw Service Chat.
Let's all give Billy and Roger a round of applause. Thank you so much. Great session.
Thank you all.
Don't forget to take the survey.
Please
And
take
your
the survey.
notes are yours to keep.
Yeah, please take the survey. We want to know how we did. Please take the survey. How was it?
Great.
Think so?
I don't know that. There you go. Very good.
Hey Billy, can I click your button? Yeah, me too. I think this would be really good for our
now
team.
we're doing a
Double tap.
Oh boy, you can do multiples?
Whoa.
What?
That's cool.
No
Thank
way.
you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be here all week too.
Thank
After
you.
hours, all that. So if you want to connect with me, just let me know. We're happy to.
Will do.
Hey,
Yep.
Shania, thanks for being here. I appreciate you being here this morning. Thank you. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Watch your head, Wade.
Good question.
Yeah. Oh, you got to squeeze it. There you go.
What's the cost?
Cost. So there's a couple of sheets around with, but it depends on how big you're going, right? We have some off-the-shelf solutions. So a single user is about $200 a month. For 10 reports, it's a single user. But we've got off-the-shelf up to 10 users. It's $15.99 a month. You get $15.99, $1,599. That gets you 50 reports a month. It gets you all the asset, all the thermal. It's all the bells and whistles off the shelf. If you need something more than that, we can build out a custom enterprise plan.
Because essentially what we have is, I don't know, maybe 500 visits a year, and then it's